Hate to be a Jacksonville Jaguar.
We ain't want you. Huh? We don't want you. That's what you said on your team.
They said they're trying to get rid of you.
You know already. Quarterbacks that much.
You said what?
You know they don't like quarterbacks that much.
Who?
They only got you because they have to.
Nah, Tennessee love quarterbacks.
I respect Travis all too much. And when you say that, you're usually about to say something mean about somebody. Heard there was no prenup. I don't like that. This man's about to be a MVP type candidate, I think. I think he'll be an all-pro corner. I think he'll be a very good receiver. You know, we've heard the stories of the past when they were getting together, how she called the man ugly. I don't like all that.
It's like a kid just runs around all day. He's very explosive.
Trevor Lawrence didn't whisper it. He said it with a grin and just enough bite to travel. Selfishly, I definitely want him on offense more. Do you want to catch touchdowns or maybe break up a pass or two? One line, and suddenly the Travis Hunter experiment was under a heat lamp. If your franchise quarterback wants the new phenom next to him, how do you say no? And what happens when the unicorn wants to do it all? The story really starts with the quarterback being honest in public. On a couch, on a mic, the guard drops and the truth slips out between laughs. If Hunter lines up at corner in practice, Trevor's first instinct? Target him. Make him defend. Remind him how much fun the end zone is. It's lighthearted, sure, but it's also strategy.
Selfishly, yeah, I definitely want him on offense more. It's almost like, do you want to come catch touchdowns, or you want to maybe break up a pass or two a game? Like, you know, that's the decision you got to.
Quarterbacks lobby without sounding like they're lobbying. Trevor knows what he's doing. If you're into no-fluff breakdowns like this, tap like and subscribe. It helps this reach more Jags fans. Stick around till the end for the snap budget blueprint that makes the two-way dream sustainable.
It's like a kid just runs around all day. He's very explosive. It's another system he's learning. You know, it's 2 years in, 2 systems, and just been impressed by how he carries himself.
The subtext is simple. The NFL worships role clarity. The two-way dream is romantic, historic, even, but Sundays aren't romance, they're math. How many snaps can one body give before the gaslight blinks? That's the quiet question hiding behind Trevor's smile. Contracts don't score points, but they set the volume of the room. The way this deal was structured, big dollars, big commitment, told everyone the same thing.
Travis Hunter is cooked. NFL training camp hasn't even started yet, and she's already building her case to get that bag and get out of there.
Jacksonville isn't window shopping. They're in. And once the organization turns the knob to 11, every rep becomes a referendum. A crisp release route is proof. A missed tackle is evidence. That's the tax on rare bets. The grading starts before the semester even begins. Inside a locker room, that kind of stake-setting cuts both ways. It ignites belief. It also raises the bar so high that a perfectly normal rookie day suddenly reads like a headline. The result? Every small moment feels heavier than it should. Before camp got loud, the vibes were easy. Off-season workouts, sunsplash clips, a custom handshake that felt like an inside joke, and, predictably, became an outside one. In this era, chemistry has an audience. Fans eat it up, critics nitpick it. Trevor calling Hunter a big personality wasn't shade. With a QB comfortable in his own skin, big personality can be fuel. The handshake becomes a shorthand. We talk, we trust, we attack. But cameras don't care about nuance. They magnify whatever they see. A grin becomes a debate. A bit becomes a brand. The same clip that looks like fun to one timeline reads as fluff to another. That's the tug of war this roster has to manage. Build the bond without letting the brand blur the football. Then came the short practice clip, 10 seconds, music, a quick dance, and the internet did the rest. Some loved it. Some rolled their eyes. The team didn't make it a thing, the algorithm did. And that's the tricky part of modern development. Optics outrun context. You can be locked in for 2 hours and playful for 10 seconds, and the 10 seconds wins the day. The truth is boring and real. Clips don't build game plans. Coaches do. But perception leaks. It seeps into everything: fan patience, media tone, even how a teammate reads the room. So Jacksonville has to live in 2 worlds at once. The quiet install room where timing is built, and the noisy public square where everything is graded on vibes. Let's talk about the other sideline. This league is a laboratory for stress testing. If you show 2 roles, opponents try to make you pay for both. The counterpunch writes itself. If Hunter plays real corner snaps, run him deep, again and again. Not because he can't cover, but because accumulated miles steal explosion later when he's supposed to twist safeties as a receiver. That's not hate, that's the lab. This is why Trevor keeps pressing the same button. On offense, you weaponize Hunter's burst and let the quarterback dictate terms, condensed splits, motion, free releases, glances, crossers, YAC. At corner, even a perfect snap still demands a sprint on the next one. That's the energy tax Jacksonville must price in. The two-way dream only works if the snap budget is smarter than the hype. End of May, Tennessee. A wedding that looked like a magazine spread because it basically was big love, big smiles, big number chatter. Fans split instantly. Some called it sweet, others called it extra. The truth? It was a 20-something couple doing something expensive and personal under a stadium-sized spotlight. That spotlight never switches off. Then came the prenup discourse, fueled by talk show chatter and social spin. Important note, commentary isn't a court filing, but in the content economy, a claim becomes a storyline. In a vacuum, that has nothing to do with beating cover 3 on a glance route. In reality, it colors how strangers narrate a young star's judgment. Fair or not, it becomes part of the package he carries into the huddle. July added a Messier layer, a tearful video, a few vague captions, and then the internet did what the internet does. It filled in the blanks. Clips got clipped again. Edits on edits. Suddenly, maybe sounded like must be, and strangers were talking like insiders. That's how modern rumor cycles work. They don't need proof, they just need momentum. Here's the part nobody tells you. Rumors aren't about truth, they're about timelines. First hour, confusion. First day, commentary. Day 3, compilation videos, side-by-side screenshots, and a whole breakdown from someone who wasn't even in the room. By week 2, a narrative gets written in Sharpie. Even if it's wrong, it's sticky. So what do players do? The smart ones build quiet pockets in their day where the algorithm can't get in. Phone on airplane mode during lifts, notifications off at meetings, comments disabled after games. They let the team PR handle the no-comment language. They let agents track keywords and reach out to platforms if a line gets crossed. Boring? Absolutely. Effective? Yes. And if you're the quarterback, you don't wade into the comments. You set the temperature in the building. The phrases you'll hear are the same ones every year. Personal matter, handled internally, focus on ball. That's not code for indifference, it's discipline. Because every minute spent litigating a rumor is a minute you're not syncing sight lines on a dig route. The locker room has its own rules, too. Guys will check in privately, then lock it down publicly. The baseline is simple. Protect the huddle, protect the season. No locker room guesswork, no post-practice gossip, no feeding aggregator accounts for 5 seconds of clout. The veterans know the cost of casual talk. It never stays casual. There's also the brand safety side. Nobody likes to say out loud. Endorsements, campaigns, community events, every partner has a threshold for noise. Even unverified chatter can spook a cautious marketing team. That's why staying off the radar is a competitive advantage now. Fewer fires, more film. And here's the twist most fans miss. Silence is not admission. Sometimes it's just strategy. Let the heat pass. Let the next news cycle chase something else. Let the team do football things while the comment section debates a story that doesn't change Sunday's coverage shell. So, if you're Jacksonville, you reframe the conversation inside the building. Set the week's goals. Put numbers on them. X targets for the rookie at WR. Y special packages. Z total snaps. Make the plan louder than the noise. After a while, even the algorithm gets bored. And if it doesn't, you still win, because the tape is the only story that lasts. But that discipline only matters if the body can cash the checks the plan writes. Late August brought the first nudge from reality. Upper body tightness, the preseason finale off. Tone calm and precautionary. On its own, that's a non-story. In a two-way experiment, it's a reminder to respect the math. This is where sports science takes the wheel. GPS trackers don't lie. Max velocity, accelerations, decelerations, total distance, high speed yards. The staff watches that load curve like a stock chart. Green days, yellow days, red days. If the line spikes in midweek, they throttle Thursday. If it stays smooth, you let Friday fly. And usage stops being a guess, it becomes a budget. Think in bands, not fantasies. Example, 28 to 35 offensive snaps as the base. 5 to 8 high-leverage defensive snaps as the spice. Third and long, red zone, 2-minute, end-of-half surprise. That's enough to tilt a game without turning Sunday into a marathon he can't finish. Special teams? Only if the value is game swinging. No vanity reps. The offense helps manage it, too. You don't just say play more, you call smarter. Condensed splits to beat press without fistfights. Motions for free releases. Mesh and glance to steal easy yardage. Shot plays off mirrored looks, so he's not running track every snap. Add a few breather concepts, wide receiver screens, quick outs, option unders. So his legs reset without the drive stalling. Defense, if they use it, has to be surgical. Boundary snaps when you can use the sideline as a second helper. Cloud looks where the safety caps his vertical, so he's not living in panic sprints. Occasional slot reps in zone when the QB is in hurry mode and throws become predictable. Call it cameo corner, not a second job. Now add Trevor's part. Quarterbacks manage more than plays, they manage tempo. He'll toggle between sugar huddle and slow bleed to control breath. He'll move the launch point to change where the sprint happens. He'll use quick counts against tired corners and hard counts to buy resets for his own guys. That's leadership you don't see on the stat sheet. It's pacing. Weekly rhythm matters just as much. Wednesday install is the long meeting. Thursday red zone is the precision day. Fast Friday sets the feel. If the load is high by Wednesday afternoon, pull 5 snaps from the defensive package. If the hamstrings hum on Thursday, make Friday routes cleaner and shorter but sharper. You trade volume for clarity, so Sunday is snap for snap violent without being wasteful. There's also the cold calculus teams whisper about in hallways. January math. You don't chase September fireworks if they cost you legs in week 17. Winning teams decide now what the playoff version of this looks like. WR1 usage with DB cameos in games that demand takeaways. No extra credit, no cute experiments. Every snap must answer one question. Does this help us in the fourth quarter? And when the calendar turns mean, short weeks, travel, division rematches, you tighten the screws even more. Situational menus replace open buffets. Third and 5 to -8, he's on the field. Random first, and 10 in the second quarter up 2 scores? Save the bullets. That's how you keep the pop without paying the tax. The best sign you're doing it right is boring. Consistent Tuesdays. Body recovers. Mind is clear. The next script loads clean. That's the signal a two-way plan is working, not highlights every drive, but a player who starts and finishes without the staff inventing a problem to solve. So, where are the Jaguars right now? On the edge of something new. The plan feels more like a spreadsheet than a fairy tale, and that's a good thing. If they keep the budget tight, the roles sharp, and the quarterback steering usage, the two-way story doesn't have to be a circus. It can be a weapon. And if they pull that off, the conversation shifts from, can he do everything, to a better question. Can anyone stop the few things he does best when it matters most? So can Jacksonville carry a real two-way star and still walk the razor's edge of a playoff run? Yes, if the role is shaped like a scalpel, not a sledgehammer. Hit teams with Hunter's best traits on your terms. Let Trevor steer the usage. Treat corner cameos like change-ups, not a second job. Keep the chemistry, lose the distractions. Most of all, choose clarity early so late game drives feel inevitable, not improvised. Because the league isn't romantic. It's ruthless. If the Jaguars use the romantic part, the unicorn, ruthlessly, this story ends with wins when the air turns cold. If not, the same spotlight that crowned him will be the one people blame. Trevor already told you which path he believes in. The rest is the quiet work nobody posts. Who do you think's gonna be the next person in the limelight? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get the latest celebrity news and updates. I'll see y'all on the next one.